Welcome to The Explainer. A forklift can be a massive investment for any business, but does it really have to be brand new? Today, we are putting together the ultimate guide for buying a refurbished forklift, one that's going to get you amazing value, performance, and most importantly, some peace of mind. So here's our game plan to turn you into a pro buyer. First, we're going to dig into why going refurbished is such a smart move. Then, we'll pull back the curtain on what like new actually means. After that, it's time to get hands-on with a must-do inspection checklist, and we'll wrap up by breaking down those official certifications that prove you're making a safe and totally legal purchase. All right, let's kick things off with the big one. Why would you even think about a refurbished forklift when you could just get a shiny new one? Well, like you see here, the answer is about a whole lot more than just saving a few bucks. The difference is pretty stark right out of the gate. A brand new forklift? Yeah, it comes with that hefty price tag, and you're often stuck waiting and waiting for it to be built. But with a refurbished unit, the upfront cost is way lower, your insurance is cheaper, and you can get it on your site and put it to work so much faster. And this is where the benefits really start to pile up. You're not just saving money on day one. You're buying a machine that's already taken its biggest financial hit from depreciation. And think about this. Replacement parts are usually easier to find and more affordable. And your crew can just hop on and go. No need for tons of training on some fancy new model. It's all about the total cost over its lifetime, not just that initial sticker price. But okay, what's the real, honest-to-goodness difference between a forklift that's just used versus one that's been properly refurbished? The secret is in this really meticulous process that basically builds trust right back into the machine. Look, this is not just a quick paint job and a power wash. No way. A real refurbishment is a full-on, factory-level restoration. It all starts with a complete inspection and teardown. From there, every single piece, the engine, the mast, the bearings, the chains, gets checked and either repaired or replaced. The whole body is stripped down and repainted. Then it's all carefully put back together before it goes through a final, super tough round of testing and certification. So that's all the hard work a good seller does. But now we get to the most crucial part, what you need to do before you sign on that dotted line. This is where you really take charge. Okay, picture it, you're there on site. You found a machine that looks promising. To make sure you're protecting your investment, you've got to put on your inspector hat. So let's walk through your checklist piece by piece. First things first, just use your eyes. Seriously, the way it looks can tell you a whole lot about its past life and, frankly, the quality of the refurbishment. You looking for deep dents? Any rust trying to hide under a cheap paint job? And you have to check the hour meter. If you find something under 1,000 hours, that's an absolutely fantastic find. Okay, next up, it's time to listen. Fire it up. A healthy engine should have a nice, consistent, smooth sound. While it's running, do a quick hydraulic leak test. Just let it run on a clean patch of ground for about 10 minutes while you work the hydraulics. When you move it, there shouldn't be any new puddles underneath. Oh, and keep an eye on the exhaust. You don't want to see a bunch of smoke. Now, when you take it for a spin, you need to be all about safety. The brakes are completely non-negotiable. They have to feel firm and responsive, whether you're going fast or slow. And the forklift better not pull to one side when you brake hard. And the steering? It should be smooth, almost effortless. You shouldn't have to fight it. And hey, don't forget to look down. Those tires are literally your only connection to the ground. You're looking for any deep cuts in the sides or rubber that's just worn down way too much. Worn out tires aren't just an expense you'll have to deal with later, they're a huge safety hazard right now. And this one's huge, so don't forget it. A machine's history is every bit as important as what it looks like today. You have to insist on seeing the operator's manual and the complete service history. That service report is pure gold. It tells you the machine's entire life story, including any pesky recurring problems or major repairs. Okay, finally, let's talk about those non-negotiable legal papers that protect you, your operators, and your whole business. This isn't just about doing things the right way. This is about following the law. So, first on the list is something called LAWLR. It stands for Lifting Operations and Lifting Equipment Regulations. Just think of it as the safety certificate for every single part of the forklift that goes up and down, the forks, the chains, the mast. In the UK, this isn't a suggestion, it's the law. And working right alongside that is POOR, or the Provision and Use of Work Equipment Regulations. This one covers everything else: the brakes, the steering, the tires, all the general safety stuff. So you see, LOLR and POOR work together to give you a complete top-to-bottom safety guarantee. So, how can you be sure about all this? You need to look for a sticker right on the forklift itself that says Certificate of Thorough Examination. That little sticker is your proof of compliance. And here's why that's so critical. If there's an accident and that certificate is missing or it's out of date, your insurance company could just say, sorry, you're not covered. So with this guide in your back pocket, you're not just buying another piece of equipment anymore. You're making a strategic business investment. The question stops being about what's the cheapest, and it becomes what's the best long-term value. And now you know exactly what to look for.